Hey ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing great. Here we have another fragrance by the brand Terence Hughes. This is one that came out a couple years ago, I believe in 2021. I haven't reviewed it in the past couple of years. I did acquire it recently with the new presentation and everything. This one is called Maverick. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my thoughts and my video on Maverick by Terence Hughes, and I'll tell you all about this fragrance, the notes, the performance, the longevity, comparisons, and it has a lot of interesting notes in here. There's plum, vanilla, patchouli, nutmeg, tonka bean, so on and so forth, cedarwood as well in the base. I do want to start the video off by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel, and I upload on a daily basis. And of course, give this video a thumbs up as it would greatly assist with the YouTube algorithm. Now, I know as of late, Supernova is getting a lot of hype, very bright, fresh, citrusy, kind of in that Creed Aventus territory. And of course, I reviewed Hard Candy Elixir. There's been so many Terence Hughes fragrances that I've reviewed as of late. Here we have one called Maverick. Now this one is a bit dry at times, a bit earthy, a bit woodsy, a bit citrusy. There's bergamot and lime and orange, but it also has some sweet ingredients in here as well. There's vanilla, tonka bean. There's also a little bit of plum. I personally love plum. Fragrances like Andy Warhol by Bond No. 9, which is discontinued now. There's also one by BDK Parfum. There's a lot of plum-based fragrances that I absolutely love. Plum Japonais by Tom Ford. Private Blend is another one as well. In any case, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on this fragrance. I'll let you know how strong I think these ingredients are in the composition. But let's go ahead and start things off with a very quick look at the presentation first. So right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get that very bright, citrusy introduction. So of course you have the lemon, you have a little bit of orange, you have the bergamot. So you do have like this freshness in the opening, but this is not a citrus based fragrance, right? The citrus is just there to sort of lure you in initially, to give you that nice initial impression, to kind of create this brightness and this alluring, energizing quality in the opening, but it's about so much more than that. If you give this fragrance a chance to settle down on your skin, which you will, obviously, you're going to notice that some of the drier aspects are going to start to come through. The patchouli, the nutmeg, it's very dry. It's not peppery. It's not overly spicy or anything like that. Even with the presence of cedarwood. Cedarwood to me sometimes can come across a little astringent and also a little peppery, but that's not the effect that's happening in here. As a matter of fact, nutmeg is often used in the synthesis of aquatic fragrances. So despite the fact that there's nutmeg in here, there's actually a nice bit of freshness about it too, which I really enjoy. So you have the nutmeg, you have the patchouli, it's earthy, but the patchouli itself is like, it's not too dark, it's not too herbal or anything like that. It just gives it like this really nice earthy grounding quality and this earthy texture that I think is really nice in the fragrance. Now, I think what makes this composition the most interesting is the presence of the plum and some of those sweet ingredients that are in here, namely the vanilla and the tonka bean. The tonka bean is really smooth, perfect complement to the nutmeg. The vanilla is not overly sweet at all. You know, I was smelling this time and time again, and you know, it doesn't come across as a sweet, certainly not a gourmand fragrance. If you want something sweet, Hard Candy Elixir is definitely the choice for you, but the plum, it's not overripe. It's not overly juicy. It's not bursting at the seams like it is in some other fragrances. And it also doesn't give across a candied-like personality. A lot of the other plum-based fragrances can have a tendency of doing that. It's very candied-like. This one is very smooth. It's elegant. It's very sort of calm and subdued. The performance is there. All Terence Hughes fragrances are going to last for a very long time, whether it be Hard Candy Elixir or Guapo or Maverick or whatever. All of ATH fragrances do last for a very long time. The case with this one is that it's smooth, it's fresh, it's earthy, not very herbal, not very sweet either, but it does have this smooth, sort of well-rounded out quality about it. And it almost kind of gives off a tobacco-like vibe at times. You know, I'm smelling it and I'm thinking to myself, it does have this certain earthy tobacco-like quality, even though tobacco is not listed in the note breakdown. So I found it to be quite fascinating that it has some of these like pseudo properties in there. All in all, I think this is a very mature, sophisticated, and elegant type of a fragrance, and one that I would totally recommend you try, especially if you don't have much experience with ATH fragrances, you're not quite sure where to start. I think this one is solid. Hard Candy Elixir is solid. Supernova is my scent of the day. It's an amazing fragrance, very easy to wear to work, very versatile. So there's certainly a lot to explore with this brand, and I certainly look forward to reviewing a lot more of what the brand has to offer in the future. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, this fragrance is unique, right? I was trying to compare it to other fragrances with a certain type of a smoothness. At one point, I thought the sweetness was kind of similar to like Spice Bomb by Viktor and Rolf, but then the smooth quality and the dry down was something like Montabaco Verano by Ormond James. But it really is unique. It does its own thing. I cannot explicitly compare it to any one other fragrance that I've tried, and the overall smell is very pleasant. This one has no rough edges about it or anything like that. Longevity on this one is about 10 hours. Projection was amazing for the first hour of application. It radiated just a little bit beyond an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 6, a skin scent right around hours 9 or 10. In terms of the versatility, I find this one to be perfectly unisex, even though I think it leans a little masculine, maybe 70% masculine, 30% feminine, but these are just weird arbitrary numbers that I'm throwing out there. Try it for yourself. If you love the way that it smells, please wear it without any restriction. I think this one is more formal than casual. I think this is great for any time of the year, if I'm being honest. Maybe some people might avoid this one in the summer, but on a cool summer night, I think this one would be perfect. And I think this one will probably appeal to somebody a little more mature, a little bit older as well. In terms of the presentation, I've told you how I feel about that. I think a lot of upgrades have been done to the presentation, the magnetic cap, the crystals on the cap, the plaque on the front, everything about it is really, really nice. My final verdict on this fragrance is it's mature, it's dressed up, it is sophisticated, it has a very elegant personality about it, and I look forward to you sampling it if you have the opportunity to do so soon. I know Max Aroma carries their products in the States, and they also offer consumers the opportunity to sample it. So, you know me, I don't recommend blind buys, but if you do have the opportunity to potentially get a decant, try that first. See how it works on your skin. It might not. But if you do end up loving it, as I do, I think it's a wonderful fragrance, you can definitely go ahead and commit to the larger bottle. But thank you so much for joining me today. That was my review of Maverick by Terence Hughes. If you own or have tried this fragrance, let me know what you think. Leave your comment down below. Also, please don't forget to support the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell and give this video a thumbs up. Love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.